Hello from Our Lady of Bethesda. Every Holy Thursday, we have the honor and privilege of directing our minds and hearts in a very special way to the institution of the Eucharist on that night of Holy Thursday, where Christ left us the great gift of His body and His blood. There have been so many beautiful things said about the Eucharist, and so many saints have made that the hallmark of their entire spiritual lives. So rather than adding more words, I just wanted to give you a couple experiences of my own life, very simple experiences about how the Eucharist has helped me. I remember when I was just a young boy, as early as kindergarten, I remember one time being at Mass and just looking up to my left to my dad. We were both on the same kneeler, and I don't remember hearing anything in the church. So I really think it was a moment at the Mass when the priest is saying the words of consecration, because everyone around me was silent, but I remember looking up at my dad and his lips were moving. It's as if he was speaking the same words as the priest. And so from a very young age, I had a great love for the Mass. I understood it was something very sacred and very holy. And I remember another time, one of the priests of my parish had come over for dinner, and I was sitting right across the table from him, and he talked to the family about how at the moment of consecration in the Mass, when he held up the body of Christ, how much faith it took for him at that part of the Mass. And I was just amazed that the same priest who was every day at my church was now right in front of me talking about that very special moment of his life. These are just two very small examples of how God, in a special way, invited me to contemplate the great gift and mystery of His body and blood in the Eucharist. I remember my first year in the seminary. Believe it or not, of course, we're not perfect, especially when we just enter the seminary, and there can be some rivalries and things like that. You don't get along with everybody perfectly, as you're striving to do. But I remember specifically one Mass where there was one of my fellow seminarians who had received communion after me. I had received communion, and then he had gone up after me, and as I was going back to my pew, after he had received communion, he passed in front of me. And I just remember at that moment we had both received communion, and any type of animosity or any type of rivalry I had against him, it totally vanished for those few moments that we both had the Eucharist inside of us, Christ's living body, blood, soul, and divinity. There are so many other wonderful things that Christ in the Eucharist does for us. And the most important, of course, is that He gives us Himself in this great sacrament of charity. There are so many ways that He can work in our lives, but we have to be close to Him. We have to offer our minds and our hearts, especially when we're participating at Mass, to listen to Him, to accept His great gift. So on this Holy Thursday, remember what a great gift the Holy Eucharist is, and do all that you can to participate in a very special way, knowing on the night of the Last Supper, on Holy Thursday night, He wasn't simply giving a gift to His 12 disciples, He was giving a gift to the entire church. And now it's up to us, especially on this Holy Thursday, to welcome that gift and help it to transform our lives. May your celebration of the Lord's Supper be one of great spiritual fruit. May God bless you.